question, as in, how do you know that you're making the right choice when you're choosing a spouse? How do you choose the right person? I have to say that you have to choose a purpose partner, somebody aligned with your purpose, your divine purpose. And that is easy yet difficult. It is easy when you are aligned with God and you have a relationship with God, but it is difficult when you are in a rush to just put a ring on it and to just be quick, because then it requires you to wait upon God's time frame and not your own time frame. You see, I believe that God put a purpose partner for everyone because we are all in this world with a destiny to fulfill. And the only way you can, um, go forward and flourish in your destiny is when you have the right person with you. That's why it is very crucial to be very vigilant when it comes to choosing a life spouse. Somebody said the most important decision you'll ever make is the person you marry, because that's the person you're tied to forever. So I'll give you an example. Usually, um, when you have two options, the lift and the stairs, if you go for the lift, fine, you will quickly get to the top. But once you get to the top, you'll realize that there are certain things, there are certain elements that you require in order for you to sustain at the very top. Things like resilience, things like strategy, things like problem solving. The list is endless. And that's why you will now be forced to go back down and start climbing the stairs one by one. Because the reality is, within your climbing of the stairs, that's when you learn resilience, that's when you learn patience, that's when you learn communications, that's when you learn empathy, that's when you learn how to communicate with yourself fairly, that's why you learn how to have sympathy, because you know the road itself. So that's how a relationship with God is when it comes to choosing a purpose partner, because God will prepare you. God will prepare you for the person that's coming. But if you're too in a rush to please people and for part of the list of people who are married, then you may miss the advantage of having a purpose partner. You know, the thing is, with having a purpose partner, what happens is you guys are aligned, and everything that you plan becomes part of the fulfillment of the plan. It becomes a full circle moment. That's why you will flourish the most when you're with a destiny partner or a purpose partner. It doesn't mean that you won't come across adversities, trials, and tribulations. They always say, when you pray for rain, be prepared for the mud too. But God doesn't give you a burden that's beyond you. So if it comes from God, it means God has tailored you and trained you enough to handle the mud that's coming with that person, the magnitude of that mud. God has trained you to enjoy the sunny days, the rain as well. But if you take this decision and put it in your hands, then you may be in trouble. Because you may be going for a person that you are not aligned with, even spiritually, even by destiny, by design. So if you're thinking, how do I choose a person that's right for me? It starts with having a relationship with God. In Jeremiah 29, verse 11, God says, I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you. And when God says, trust my plan, he doesn't only mean financially, he also means in every area of your life. You may look at, the person that God is bringing, like, what? But soon you'll realize that they're the best thing that God could ever do for you. Because why? He knows what plans he has for you, and they're to prosper you and not to harm you. So in order for you to be able to tap into what God has planned for you, and it because it's so great, it's incomparable, you'd have to have a relationship with God. So all the best as you look for a a purpose partner, I wouldn't say look as you wait upon a purpose partner, because that person you are given, you don't scout for, you are given. Bless you.